Well, that video for Earth is seriously flat wasn't that popular, but hell, we did get about 43 hashtag jester votes and 15 hashtag silly votes. So I think it's safe to say, Earth is seriously flat. You shall be sentenced to become a jester in the order of the Sillies. I do hope you enjoy your stay. Oh yes, I totally forgot. I launched a face punch projectile at you, didn't I? I hope you enjoyed that. Vroom Vondel says, there is no flat earth model. There's only a flat earth model. They don't have a model because their fantasies all disagree with each other and they would just make us laugh harder. Which is exactly all they're good for. Pure entertainment. It just makes it only funnier they take themselves so serious. Joseph Hassan. Polaris follows the magnetic North Pole? Hashtag silly for that alone. Well, I do tend to agree. It's kind of silly they think the North Pole is the actual North Pole, you know? Alas, he's gonna be sentenced as a jester. Big Keg from Down Under. I've never heard a Flurf explain why the stars in the southern hemisphere are different. Never. Hashtag silly. Yeah, it is rather interesting they think you are fake, Big Keg. And everything around you is also fake. It's almost as if they have some kind of agenda to say everything is fake that goes against their talky bits. In comes, I dare you to subscribe. One quick question for Platygeoist. I love that word. It's almost as good as dipshittery. On a firmament with Polaris at zenith and the equatorial stars on the horizon, where is Sigma Ocanta supposed to be? Seriously, point it out on one of your models. And I can only agree, because I am quite curious where Sigma Ocantus is supposed to be as well. Now mind you, Flurfs aren't interested in that kind of questions, because those questions are, you know, questions. Brett Marlar. If the firmament, quote-unquote, is a disco ball, quote-unquote, then where is the light source? Multiple facepalm emojis. Now, I don't know what the character limit is for YouTube comments, but you could have added more facepalms there. Holy hell, that's a really good question. Where is the light source? Maybe NASA is projecting some kind of hologram light at the thing? I don't know. You know, Flurfs are gonna flurf, and I don't flurf. Oh well, I think it's time for some rad vlad. He is a radical man who is very vlad. I don't know.
There's a star again. Not a star, a planet. Same place as I did a video like a month or two ago. You guys can check in my log of videos that I did. It's called whatever it is, it's not that far, or it's close. I forget what it was called.
I actually had a look at your video log, to check your claim here that it is in the exact same location a month ago. Video was called Whatever That Is, It's Close. Now let's have a look if it is actually in the same location. So your current video is on the left and the old video is on the right. It's almost as if they are on the other side of the building there. How strange.
But something like that. And you see here again, wow, I see like it looks like a little moon. It is a planet, not a star.
Yeah, exactly. In all likelihood, that would be Venus. But I cannot be sure with your wobbly image and, no actual indication where you're looking at, which direction you're looking at. Always with the goddamn wobbly videos. I mean, seriously, goddamn Flurfs, got some bloody camera control there. Oh boy.
And now I'm gonna say, not only is it close. Okay, it's close. I can see it with my eyes.
Ah, I see. The good old I can see it with my eyes thing. So, what about a LED light that is, very far away and you can still see it, but it's kind of dim, It's tiny and far away. But the exact same effect would be achieved when it is a little bit closer. It would still be visible. It's called a point light, mate. You can see point lights from very far away. That's how it works. Just because you can see them doesn't mean it's not far away, That's kind of the basics.
It's like right in not that far.
Not to mention, this is a rather big light in the sky. I mean, the planet is a bit bigger than the Earth, so that would actually be a lot of light coming in, reflecting off it.
Okay, anyway, moon is over here. Where's the moon? There's the moon.
No. No. Piccolo, calm down. Oh, for fuck's sake, mate. Now, why'd you have to go and do that, Rat Vlad?
Okay, point of this video.
The point of this video
is that's either Venus or Mars. You guys can check. Today is May 5th, 2020.
So that we got a date here?
I made my last video not that long ago, maybe 2 months ago at most.
And that would be another date. So now all we need is the direction you're looking at. In all likelihood, it would be northwest, you know, if it was Venus. I just happen to know that Venus was rather visible last month, and also 2 months before that. So yeah, it's Venus. But yeah, as usual, we don't have enough data from the flurf, you know. Why did I expect anything more? Hey, what can I say? I'm an optimist.
Let's say 3, but it wasn't 3. It was, let's say 1 or 2 months ago. Okay, what are the chances that that star, or I mean that planet, is there again in the exact same spot if what we're told is true?
Well, first of all, it wasn't the exact same spot because, you know, the sunset moves further north when it gets closer to summertime in the northern hemisphere. And because Venus is visible after the sunset in the direction of where the sun has set, because it is on the opposite side of the sun, it only makes a logical sense that it is around the location where the sun went behind the horizon. You know, 2 months earlier, it would have been on the other side of this building here, which just so happens to coincide with your videos. So there's that.
So if that's Venus, its orbit around the sun is like 67 million miles. If it's Mars, it's 147 million miles.
First of all, that's the distance of these planets from the sun, not their orbit. Second of all, Mars's distance to the sun is 131 million miles. Well, rounded, it's 132, but you know, that's still a different value than you just did. But hey, I'll forgive you, apart from the orbit thing.
You can double check those numbers. It's close, something like that.
Yeah, I just double checked it, and it's like 15 million miles less than you just said, so I'll be right back.
Earth, 92 million miles.
Yeah, or 94.3 million miles, give or take. Who gives a damn about a few million miles, right? Hey, let me blow your mind. The orbit actually varies for the planets.
Okay, we are going this incredible distance in a circular orbit.
It's more of an elliptical orbit, but, you know, now we're splitting hairs.
You can't even comprehend how far that is.
Fair enough, but we can make predictions and, you know, we can also visualize it in a model, so in a way we can.
Okay, and you're telling me we're supposed to believe that just on some weird random nights, like we'll look up and just happen to see Venus, or like right there.
Yeah? Well, not so much random, but yeah.
In the same spot it was last time.
No. I just told you it wasn't in the same spot. I just showed you it wasn't in the same spot. I explained it why it is not in the same spot.
Along those millions of miles, you know, you should see it maybe once every 100 years, if you're lucky.
What does the distance have to do with it? Hey Vlad, let me blow your mind once more. You keep going on about how far Venus is from the sun. Did you know that when it's at its brightest in our sky, it's actually closer to the Earth than to our sun? Now, if you'd bother to actually use some proper binoculars, you'd see that Venus is only half lit during this time, with the day side, or rather the lit side, oriented towards the sun. After which it will gradually fade back into the glare of the sun to eventually orbit behind the sun from our perspective. They also mentioned something along the lines of it taking hundreds of years to see this. Well, fear not, Vlad. Because Venus has a smaller orbit, with being an inner planet and all, it only takes about 225 days for it to do a complete orbit. So it becomes quite obvious it overtakes us, which takes a bit over 1.5 years each time. And when it's starting its overtake maneuver, its day side will be lit on the right side from our view from Earth, which is called the greater eastern elongation, meaning it's visible in the east side of our sky. Once it's aligned with the sun, we can't even see it because its night side is pointed towards us, and it's also overblown by the sun's glare. And from this point onwards, it will go towards the greater western elongation, meaning its day side will be on the left from our viewpoint from Earth. And obviously it would be visible in the western part of our skies. So no, it won't take eons to be able to see this. And you know what? It's even able to do a solar transit, which is technically an eclipse. Same goes for Mercury, which proves they are on a tighter orbit around the sun, to be able to physically get in between us and the sun. The outer planets from Mars and outwards, they can't do that. So there goes your light in the sky. I mean, the mere crescent on it is even a problem for a light, you know, because lights don't have shadows. Strange, huh? How all this is reflected in reality. So how about showing this on your flat Earth model? Oh, what's that? You don't have one? Oh, what a shame.
You know, it didn't. What are the chances you're gonna just see it again and again and again?
Well, the chances are pretty damn predictable. You know what you gotta do there, Vlad? Just download Stellarium. It's a free program where you can basically see all kinds of stuff on any date you want. You can fill in the date, you can fill in your location, and then you can see stuff. When you go outside, and it is your current date, it is exactly what you see in the sky. If you want to plan ahead for a month from now, maybe you want to see Jupiter, maybe you want to see Saturn, maybe you want to see Mars. It's all possible because, you know, it has predictive capabilities. You can basically type in the date, and on that date you go outside and bam, there it is. Or you could go the easier route. If you have Android, download Sky Map. Point it at the sky and you can identify certain objects in the sky because the phone will basically use the gyroscopes to point at the thing you are pointing at.
You know, you should see it maybe once every 100 years if you're lucky.
Well, that holds true for comets, not planets. These planets are orbiting the sun with us. Sometimes we overtake them, sometimes they overtake us. Outer and inner planets and all that jazz. So, you know, it's pretty predictable when we see them. Pretty often, actually. There's nothing scary or spooky going on here, Vlad. Please don't tell me you're scared of those spooky little lights in the sky. Mind you, they are not spy satellites. They're not looking at you. They're planets. And you are basically spying on them. Hey, but we don't kink shame around here, Vlad. You go right ahead and oogle those pretties.
Anyway, more proof of fake astronomy.
Damn straight this is fake astronomy. Good job there. Oh my fucking hell, that's funny as hell, mate. Oh man.
Alright, there's the moon there's the moon right there. And I got my buddy, the G-Man.
Hey, what happened? We're doing something else now? The G-Man? Oh no, not the G-Man.
Wake up and smell the ashes.
Cow, you mind taking care of that? Cow? What? Damn it, don't do that. Alright, you go do the thing. I'll take off this G-Man. Friggin' cow. What? Damn it, you did it again. I mean, hi cow. Moo cow. Holy cow.
G-Diamond is here. There's the moon. Let's see. He believes Earth is round.
Damn straight, G-Man.
Let's see what he says about that moon. Gee, we know you believe the Earth is round, but tell me, how far does that moon look? It's over here. Come here. How far?
It's very, very close. Very, very close to Earth right now.
Damn it, G-Man.
You know how far it's supposed to be?
How far?
30 Earths from the tip of your nose to that moon.
30 Earths? That's a really weird measurement. I mean, I measure things in clogs, being Dutch and all, but noses to moon in Earths? That's new. Okay, Google.
Hi, Ragical. It has been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it has been.
What can I do for you today? Tell me it's not something stupid again.
Well, you know, I'm,
Great, here we go again.
Yeah, well, you know, it's about Vlad and...
Scraping the bottom of the barrel again, are we, Ragical? Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, Vlad is still not a part of the Order of the Sillies, so, you know...
Yes, but for fuck's sake, why this guy?
Because I need to judge him. Well, actually, my subscribers judge him now. Anyway, how many Earths are there between us and the moon?
What a strange way to measure things. However, that would be about 30.
Alright, fair enough. It's still a silly way to measure things, but hey, we are dealing with Vlad after all.
Well, you are the one who chooses the Sillies.
Yeah, that's fair enough, I guess.
Damn straight.
Exactly. And I'll see you around, Google girl.
See you around, Ragical.
Does it look that far?
No, it looks a lot closer.
Oh, shit. I guess I deserve that.
Maybe there's some kind of scientific situation here.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, what did he say? A scientific... We have a scientific situation on our hands here. Oh, wow, that's awesome.
It looks a lot closer.
Uh-huh.
It looks about like maybe 80 miles from here or something like that. All right, well, that's it. The G-Man is my homeboy right here.
Oh my. Well, you know, maybe people 80 miles from your current location can look straight up and see if the moon is actually straight up. Which it's not. You know. Oh, these guys are amazing comedians. I'm pretty sure they're comedians. You're comedians, right, fellas?
Oh, yeah. You got that right, buddy.
I bet you are. Well, let's leave him a spiffy comment, shall we? I know Vlad loves his comments. Yes, as usual, I land on the watch page. The G-Man says moon looks close. Well, yeah, you can say things, but you know that doesn't mean anything. Hey, Mark Boulder actually agrees with me. It looks means absolutely nothing. When I look in the mirror, I look irresistible to women. Hey. I'm pretty sure you do. Mr. Unite for the Children. It looks a medium distant away, not close or far. When I look at it, they say it looks about 100 to 120 dinaps away. Oh boy. Right. But what's a dinap? Hey, that's a valid question, Vlad. You are certainly allowed to ask that question. Yeah. Anyway, allow me to leave a comment. Well, it seems we do have a scientific situation here. I mean, G-Man was spot on with that, but not for the reason he thinks he was. Vlad, it would appear that you love to say things, but never actually demonstrate things, which was even more obvious in your other video, where you were filming Venus and claim it was in the same location. Now, for something to be in the same location, should it be in the same location? I mean, it's right in the name, right? Same location. It doesn't say some other location, it says same location. And the moon looks close, eh? Well, as Mark Boder said, that means absolutely nothing. However, I'm sure Mark here is a sexy beast and does look irresistible to women. Maybe we've got another scientific situation on our hands here as well. Anyway, I'm sure you'll enjoy your stay in the Order of the Sillies as my latest jester, even though I do not judge you sillies anymore. I have this feeling my subscribers will see you as a welcome addition to my collection. I just have one more thing to say before I go. Beware the prat. And comment. Lovely. And with that out of the way, now the real question is, should Vlad become a jester in the Order of the Sillies? If you think he should, you can leave a comment with hashtag jester anywhere in your comment. If you think he should be left alone in the wild, use hashtag silly instead. And as usual, you can leave a hashtag Ragical on Twitter or in the comments somewhere with a link to a video and I can have a look at it. And of course, it's time to tickle the bell on all buttons around it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. It's time to choose the distance of any object you want. Making up shit is fun.